I'll show you how to create a page from scratch. In our previous video, I have already shown you how to edit an already existing page. So you add a section here, you delete a section, you delete a text. That's what I've taught you. But today, we are going to learn how to build a page on WordPress from scratch. Come along with me and let me show you how to do so. We have our website here. I believe you already know how to build a website from the scratch. If you can, go and look at our old video. So this is a website we built. We've installed Astra, we've installed our starter templates, we've imported the site. So this is how it looks. You realize that there is something here that says coming soon active on an orange background. What does this mean? Look, I've built a nice site, but they are telling me coming soon active. Let me open the site in an incognito window. Let's see how somebody will see our site if you share the link with the person. How the person see the site. So this is how the person will see the site. They're coming soon. This. And it's way different from what we've built. So if you share your website with somebody, this is how the person will see it. To take the coming soon from here so that the person will see our original site, we can click on the coming soon here and click on the coming soon active that they have here. You can click on it and it will open this page for you. So to take the coming soon off, you can either go to plugins and go and delete the Bluehost plugin from there, or you come to the back end, then you go to settings, you click on the Bluehost and then go to settings. When you go to settings, you can, where the written site controls coming soon page, just turn it off, and that should be sufficient. So if I should refresh my page, you see that the coming soon is gone. Okay, now that the coming soon is gone, let me test if when I share the link with somebody, the person will see my page. So yes, good. So you realize that there is no coming soon. They've written home. So now I can see my website as I've built it. So if your coming soon is active, you can take it off. Unless maybe you feel like you've not finished building the site, you want it to be there until you finish, then you can let it be. Alright, so my site is loading. It's taking forever to load, but it will come. Alright, so to build a page, we already learned that if you want to edit any page in WordPress, you just go to the page. So if it's the home, I just come to the home, then I click edit with Elementor to edit that page. Let's say I want to edit the about page. I'll click on the about page. When they finish loading the about, then I'll click edit with Elementor. Then I'll be able to edit the about page. But what if the page I want to edit is not already here, it's not already created? How do I get to access it and edit it? So to do so, I'll come here to the back end and I'll come to pages. In our previous videos, we explained the difference between posts and pages. Realize that although they look similar, pages on the hierarchically, pages higher. In fact, you can have a page and then you have multiple posts on it, but you can't have it the other way around. Anyway, if you don't understand, you can read on it or go and look at our previous video to teach you the difference between posts and pages. So to add a new page, you can come to all pages, then you go to add new, or you can just do add new straight from here. So you can add a new page from here. Alright, so as it's loading, if you've not already done so, please subscribe, like our video, and also leave a comment. So when you go to add new page, that's what comes here. There is only one thing you have to do here, one and only one thing to do here, to give it a title. So how should we call our page? Let's call it courses. Maybe you want to sell courses. You can call this page courses. That's all. Then we publish. That's all you need to do here. Courses, then you publish. That's it. Our page has been created. In fact, if you go back to the pages, you see that this page, the courses page, is now created. So when I come here and I come to all pages, I'll see courses as part of the pages. So that's it. The page just created. Alright. So to edit it, I can either come here and then come to edit, or I'll click on edit with Elementor straight from here. So let's click on edit with Elementor straight from here. Now we've bought a blank page and we want to edit it. So let's see how it is to build a new page from scratch on WordPress with Elementor. As it's loading, you can like, subscribe, then leave a comment. So that's how our page looks like. There's nothing on it, just the header and the footer. In fact, if you check how the page, if you preview the page, you realize that there's just the header and the footer. There's nothing, no content here. So let's learn how to add content by ourselves. So to do so, you can add a template. Maybe you have a template, you can just click here and then you can add a template, either your personal template or use Elementor's template. So here they allow you to add a new page by yourself, like a whole new page. You can come to the blog section. You actually to add a whole blog. So maybe you want to add an about blog to it. You can add an about blog, an archives blog. You can add an archives blog. So you can add any blog you want here. If you want a whole page, you can get a whole page from here. You add a whole page, services page, contact page, then it's built for you. But that's not the purpose of this tutorial. This tutorial, you're going to learn how to do it by yourself from scratch. So to do so, we use this button. Sometimes if you use the starter template, you can click on it and then import a starter template, a page in a starter template. But let's use this add a new section button. Click on the add a new section button. You can add any of this section, how you want it to look like. You can add it. You want it to look like this. So for the stats, we add a banner on top. Let's go a little crazy. The banner will not just put one image there. We'll put a series of images so that you can slide, what they call a slider. So we'll put that on top here. So to do so, we will need some pictures. I don't know if I have some pictures there, but let's see. Hopefully we'll get some pictures to use. All right, so to do so, to add the slider here, you have to come to style of the same, what do you call it, the same section. You just have style, then the background type, you have classic. It will allow you to just choose one color for the background. Gradient allows you to choose 2 different colors for the background. Then you have video, it explains itself, it allows you to put a video, and you have slideshow here. This is what I want us to do. Let's put a slideshow here. So we select some images, then we'll make it slide here. We'll have a nice slider or a picture carousel. So to upload it, you can just upload a URL here, or you can just come here and then come and add the files directly. So let me see if I can load some images from my computer. Oh, I don't have any good usable images here, unfortunately. Let's see if you can get some from the media library. Not really. Let's go to free images and then see if you can download some images here. Sorry, no results. P. Okay, so you want an horizontal orientation, and then let's look at flowers. Let's look for flowers like they recommended. All right, so let's see if you can download some of them. Download this for us. Oh, they look good. Let me see if I can get one more. Flowers. All right. So we just use the 3 of these. All right. So now that I've selected my images, if it were here, I could have selected it one. You can click on Control as you are doing that, or Command if you are using a Mac. Then I'll create new gallery with my 3 items selected. I'll just create a new gallery. All right, then insert gallery. So I have my 3 images here. Isn't it beautiful? Now I have my slideshow. It might not look like much, but yes, this is how the slideshow looks like. You can see that it's changing here, but it doesn't look quite like what we want. So let's come to the settings and let's change some things here. So we want it to take 5 seconds to change, that's fine. Transitions fade, that's fine. The duration, that's fine. That's fine. Background size, that's what we want to change. Let's see. Let's go to cover. Oh, I'm not seeing any difference. Cover, hunting. No. Or 2. 2 doesn't look good. Yeah. Let me still choose my cover. All right, so let's come to the layout. And let's give it some sort of height or something like that. So let's give it a height. Let's check fit to screen. All right, so now we have it. It has covered the whole screen. If you don't want the fit to screen, you can give it a minimum height. Let's say you want to give it a minimum height of 720 pixels. I think that's fine. That's fine. As it's as big as it was, that's fine. And then it changes every 5 seconds. That's good. That's good. So yes, let's update it. Now we have our slider. That's beautiful. Now that you have your slider, sometimes you want a text to be on the slider. You want to have some sort of text on your slider. To do so, you can click here and then it opens the side for you, the section for you. Then you can come and add any text you want here. So let's add a heading here. And then let's put some sort of text in the middle. So what do we call it here? Welcome to the flower course, because we called it courses. So welcome to the flower course. That's fine. Let's add something else. So after this, I want us to add some new things here. To do so, you can always come and click here to give you basically all the widgets you can add here. They are here. You can practice it and see what each of them do. Yes, and then you can use it. So for now, I would like to add some 3 sections here. A section that has like 3 columns here. So I'll just click on this. I want to add something here. So I'll click on this. And then let's choose 3 of these. Looks beautiful. So let's add something here. You can click on the plus sign or come here to give us all the things we could put there. Then we'll put it there and then we'll use it. Let's see. Let me choose icon and let's see how the icon looks like. If it's something that we want to maintain it, so drag and drop. Not quite. It doesn't really look like what I want. So let me delete it. So just delete it. Right click and then delete. I want to choose something called when I see what I want, I'll see. Okay, let's go for image box or icon box. That should be a simpler because they'll give us predefined icons. So yes, we want the same thing for here and here and here. So what we can do is that we can come here and then come and copy it. So you right click on it, then copy. Then you come here, right click, paste. Then right click, paste. All right, so this is a heading. So the courses, the first flower course, let's call it roses, the cliche. Call it roses. You can change whatever text is here. Then this one we'll call it lily. So you have lily. No, it's plural, so let's make lilies. You can come and change the image here. So you can come here, icon library, and then let's change the icon to something else. Let's choose this. I think it's fine. So let's I have to disconnect this. All right, so we have this for lilies, and then we can change the text here too. You can come here and then change the third one, the text that is here. So you can call this mango. So you can type anything you want. So let's say that, let's call this Lily's I don't even know. Let's call it mango since we use the mango. And then you can change whatever is here. So that's how it looks. It looks quite nice. You could use it for a lot of purposes. I want to teach you one trick. Sometimes you want it to overlap. You want it to overlap. So to do so, you would need something we call a margin. So you have to give it some sort of margin for it to overlap. Now, margin is simply the space between one element and then the other. So the space outside this element and this element is called a margin. And padding is the space between inside the element. So the space between this and then this. So the space inside is called margin. The space outside is called padding. Maybe you can illustrate it with an element. I don't know. Let's try. Let's use the spacer element to illustrate it. So let's come here and then add a spacer. It's a good practice to use a spacer often as you are building your website. It's a good practice to use a spacer. So let's put a spacer here. So let's put a spacer here. All right, so let's see the difference between the margin and the padding. Maybe the spacer will help us. Let's see. Okay, so let's try something here. Let's try and give it some sort of color. Good. So our spacer now has a color. And then let's see if the margins and the patterns work. So the margin gives us this. Good. So for your margin, there's a space between the spacer and then this element. And then the pattern is the space inside the spacer and then the element. So the space inside. You see, it's not giving us any space. I'm sorry. So you see, it's only the round that is increasing because it's not giving us any space outside, but the margin gives us space outside. You see, and then the padding gives us space inside. So that's basically the difference. Hopefully we'll use it more. So let's take this off. And then, so to make this to go up, let's play with the margin and the padding and see if you can make it possible for this and this to overlap. Sometimes you have designs like that and it looks really cool. And I thought it would be a good idea to teach you how to use it. So to do so, we just click on this element and then see if you can push it up. So to push it up, let's do something. If you increase anything here, it's increase both top and bottom. To increase only one side, let's say only top, you'd have to unlink the values. So I'll increase the top. You see that it's coming down. Okay, but I want it to overlap. I want it to enter into this section instead, our slider. So to do so, I'll go down instead. So I'll give it a negative margin. And that is beautiful. You can send it as any part you want, but I think this overlap is perfect for me. Isn't it perfect? It's a good practice that from one element to another, always add a spacer to make your design look nice, else everything will come together. So apart from this two that I want to overlap, after everything I'll add a spacer. It makes your design look nice. So I've added a section. I'll click here and I'll add a spacer. That's good. And then I'll add another section. The next thing I want to add, it's, you know how to add text already. So to add a text, you can just come and click here and then let's say add a heading or a text editor, something like that. You can always do that. Okay, let's do it for the sake of argument. Let's just do it. So you can add your heading, and then you say heading text here. So this is yeah, best course ever. So I've added my heading. Let me add some text beneath the heading. To do so, we'll just come and click on these 8 boxes and add some text. Just drag and drop. Please, for this is drag and drop. Don't double click here. Just drag and drop. It has given me some default text. I can add more text if I want to. More text here. Sorry, pardon my text. So yes, you can add more and more and more and more. So you can add as much text as you want, and it will look cool. All right, so let's add something else. Let's add something else. This thing doesn't look so nice for my design, so let me take the text off. This section, the whole section off. Let's add another section here. So instead of adding text, let's add I'll add 2 columns. This time I'll add 2 columns. So let me take this off and then add 2 columns here. So this is what I want to do. I want to put an image here, a heading, and then a text beneath here. So that's what I want to do. So let's add an image here. Let's look for an innocent image to add here. So to add an image, you just drag, you drop an image here, and then you choose the image you want to insert. Let's see if you can get an innocent image. I think this should do. So you click on it one, then insert media. So now we have our innocent image here. Let's see if you can add some heading here. We just come and click on our icon here, and then add. What are we adding? Heading, yes. So we put the heading first. So you can add whatever heading you want to add. Then we want to also add some text here. So you have to drag it and then drop it. Realize that I'm not able to drop it. I would have to bring it immediately under this one and then drop it. And then it fits. When you see the blue here, then it means you can drop it. If it's like this, you can drop it. So you bring it immediately under. You can drop as many as you want. And then put the text there. And then make your design beautiful. So yes. It looks good, isn't it? Alright, so the next thing I want us to do is to add some sort of image. But before we do that, I want to teach you how to link. So let's say this heading, we want to make it a link. You just click on it. You realize that with the items you can add a link. When it comes to the content section, they allow you to add a link. So you can go and copy a link and come and paste it there. If you want it to be clickable but you don't have any link in mind, you can just always hash it. It will be a link. You see now it's clickable. You realize that my cursor changes when I bring it here. So it means that now it's a link. It's clickable. But let's put something there and then see the effect. So let's put google.com, something like that here. So you can put google.com. And then let's update it. And now when we click on it, it should send us to google.com. Look at something here. I don't know if you see it. Yes, it wouldn't send us to google.com. It's because we didn't use the correct URL. I'll show you something. I'll show you why it isn't that. To make sure that it's really sent you to google.com, make sure that your link is complete. So start from HTTP. Once you want it to send you to another website, or else it will think that you want it to send you to your same website, maybe obese.com and cs2022.obese.com/go.com. You don't want that. You want it to send us to the original google.com. So to do that, we have to come to Google and then copy the whole URL here from here, which will include the HTTP, everything, and then paste it. So let me paste it from the HTTPS. Always make sure you start from the HTTPS. If not, look at what has happened. It's clickable now. Let me click on it and see where to send me to. Oh, it's brought me to Google. Okay. It was smart enough to bring me to Google anyway. So you can just put the google.com, but it's always advisable to start from the HTTPS. Alright, please let's add a video. So you come here and then you click here. Then we'll drag a video and drop. That's all. That's how to add a video. So to add a video, you have to choose the source of the video. And please, I made a mistake. I told you that after every item, after every section, we'll bring a spacer here. You realize that it's so close here and it's not nice. It's not consistent because you have this, you have a space here, you have this, and this is so close. So we have to add a spacer. To do so, I've already brought this here. I don't have to delete it. I can always add a spacer here. So I'll add a section and I'll put the spacer in the session. Sorry, I'll come to this. Put my spacer in the session. And I can move it upwards. So let's move it upwards. So I'll just move it and then bring it just immediately below the first one. So now I have some space here. Now it looks nice. After there's some space before the video. Alright, so the video, you just put a video here. Let me click on the video and edit it. Please choose the source of the video. You can choose from any video hosting site or a self-hosted, meaning you have it on your back end like we did for the image. But for videos, it's not recommended for you to host a video on your server. It's not a good thing. It slows down your server. It uses a lot of resources. So please always use YouTube. And then just put the YouTube link here. So I'll go to youtube.com and then go and look for the first video I'll find. So let's use this video. It hasn't loaded, but in the second video, so yes, you can just come and copy the video's link, and then you come and put it here instead. So yes, the video will come. You can add a start time where exactly you want the video to start and end time. The unit is in seconds, and this gives you some control that you want. So you can always control it. I think that's that. So you have that's it. You have a video. You've built your page from scratch. And then what else? There are a lot of other things you can add when you are building your page. So let's put this here. There are a lot of things. Please go and then try all these things: the button, the image, the divider, the spacer, the whatnot. The pro ones, unless you are using Elementor Pro, you can't access it. But there are a lot of free ones that you can use. You can try and then see what it is, how it works, what it is. So you can use social icon and whatnot. Let's try this accordion and see what it is. Alright, so you click on it, then it gives you more items. So you can edit it from here. You click on it, you give it a title. So you can call this Rouge. And then you write Rouge is my favorite. It's my favorite. So you can do it, and then anytime somebody clicks on it, you see it. So that's how the accordion works. Try as much as you can. Try the social icons. Try everything. Try it. And then see how it works. Just test it, play around with it, and then work with it. Like I said, after every item, bring a spacer. I forgot to bring a spacer here. Let me do it. So if you want to add anything else, here's where you can add them. You might want to add them on a new section, like my spacer. I want it to be on a new section each time. I just add a section. Click on this 8 icons or the plus here, and then add the spacer to it. And I want to take it up, so I can always drag it and then drop it here. It makes my work look nice. So that's our page. We bought it from scratch. Let's update it. Now our page is ready. So let me view site. If you've not already, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Yes, so our page is ready. You realize that although our page is ready, we can't access it from here. But of course, we can see how it looks like. We can always preview it from here and see how our page looks like. I'll come to the pages here. Come and look at our page. We call it courses. So you can always view our page. So let me right click and then view how the page looks like. So yes, that's our page. We built it from scratch. So there's it. Magnificent. So you can build any page from scratch. You can always import a template doesn't really have all your features. Then you build your page from scratch. The pages you need, you can always build them from scratch. Please, if you are building it and you're having problems, always go to Google, YouTube, see how to build it, and then incorporate it. You realize that although we built our pages, we can only access it from the back end, or only when we put the URL here straight up, like there's a busy.com page ID, what. That's the only time we can access it. What if you want it to be here so that we can click on it, just like you click on the contact and the about, and the page will come? How do we go about it? I'm going to teach you that in the next tutorial. So don't go anywhere, stay here and like, comment, subscribe. See you in the